Hi, everybody. Welcome to Queers and Soaps. My name is Derek, and today I'm joined by Karen.
Hello.
And we're back for more General Hospital coverage. So, this week on GH, Laura found Dalton dead in her car. Rick and Alexis came up with a plan to free Rocco. And what was the other one? I forgot already.
You forgot.
Measure C didn't go through, and Laura won the election. Time to
Yay!
We'll get right into it. So a lot of developments this week. Nothing too crazy and shocking other than the Dalton stuff, but nothing like it wasn't. A lot of stories kind of didn't move the way I thought they would.
Are you crazy? Like so much happened with Brit's storyline this week. Nothing happened.
No, it was no. I mean, a lot happened, but it was just kind of like slow movement. Yeah.
I disagree, but like, okay.
I thought they were building. I thought it was more building. I mean, there were definitely some developments for sure.
People were murdered this week. You're like, there's no
don't matter. Don't matter.
It matters that he was murdered to scare Brit.
Oh yeah, it did. Yeah, I felt bad for her. I really did. Okay, so we'll start with Trina wants to tell her parents that she was in Drew's house with Kai when Drew was shot, thinking that Curtis and Portia's differences could resolve if they knew they were out from under Drew's thumb. Kai, surprisingly being the voice of reason, points out that Curtis and Portia probably already picked up on that, and maybe other reasons they're still under duress, and like Portia not having an alibi.
Yeah, and why implicate yourselves when it's unnecessary?
Yeah. Sonny confers with Rick about Rocco's plea deal falling through and demands answers from Justine, who insists new evidence was brought to her attention that she just couldn't ignore. Sonny thinks Justine is trying to benefit her own career as well, but she says that she's just doing her job. She says the jury could be more sympathetic to Rocco rather than Dalton based on the evidence. So,
did you see his classic "you betrayed me" face?
Yeah.
I can't believe this. I thought we were friends. Me, the mobster, and you, the DA.
Yeah, sure. Justine's going to put herself and her career first. Come on, Sonny.
Yeah, I mean, he's ridiculous.
Yeah. So Felicia and Alexis talk in her office about Portia having access to Edward's gun, as she would frequently visit Monica at her house to update her on the goings-on at the hospital.
News to us.
Yeah, I had no idea.
No. Never saw that once. Never saw her in the home.
Never saw her visit Monica.
No, what the heck? I mean, cool little detail.
Yeah.
At the same time, and made completely up on the spur of the moment to
now it's like
Portia look more guilty.
Portia look guilty. Okay, all right.
It was Willow.
Mm-hmm. Alexis tells Felicia that she needs to widen the suspect pool to help Willow. Rick then shows up and insists that Danny and Charlotte need to come forward to help Rocco, but initially Alexis is nervous about that and says it could bring trouble for Danny concerning Drew. Alexis then delivers Alexis the information she needs concerning Portia, hypothetically, which I loved. It was really good.
Hypothetically. He was great because he was like, do this. You need to do this, and I'll give you another suspect. And she's like, picks first or it didn't happen. And he's like, no, I need to get like my point in. And she's like, nope, you have to tell me. And he does.
Mm-hmm.
And it sucks because she kind of already had her eye on Portia, but then he starts giving her the motive she needed.
Right.
Also, their chemistry is amazing. I love when they work together.
Yeah, the chemistry I wish they would put them together again.
How could they? So much has happened.
I know, but they have great chemistry though.
But smart lawyers arguing is just really my thing.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it.
Portia looks at her sonogram and hides it when Curtis enters her office. Curtis confesses that Stella has figured out that she is pregnant, and Stella doesn't want them to get divorced. Portia hopes that Curtis is not insisting that they stay together for the baby's sake, especially when she saw him kissing Jordan. Curtis is sorry that Portia witnessed that and says that they can still be co-parents with the baby. Curtis then sees a sonogram on her desk and asks if he can keep it. Portia reluctantly agrees, keeping her baby news to herself, or her baby.
She is still not sure that Curtis is the father of this baby. So I feel like in her own way, she's kind of trying to protect everybody from getting attached because she doesn't know whose baby it is. Which kind of screwed her. Like Jordan screwed her because she would have just waited for the paternity test before telling anybody. And then it wouldn't have been this big dramatic. Curtis has his heart set on raising a new baby, and now he's about to be crushed into the ground or whatever if it turns out to be Isaiah's kid.
Lulu upset Carly on the bad news about Rocco's hearing and what happened. Lulu was worried about Danny and Charlotte if they come forward to help Rocco. Carly knew prison wouldn't be good for Rocco, and Lulu apologized to Carly about how things went down with Michael years ago, and Carly gave her a hug. Okay.
I'm so sorry we helped get Michael put in prison where he was assaulted.
Killing Claudia, yeah. Okay.
Which was definitely self-defense, and he never should have gone to prison. But okay. Yeah. Let's use that story over and over again to like wedge in this storyline about Michael being dark now. And it was so funny because the one time when Brooklyn yelled, "Context matters," I was like, that's me. That's what I would have yelled.
Yeah.
He didn't like walk into a room and murder her. Like there was a whole thing where they were at a cabin. She was trying to like kill Joss. Like it was a whole thing.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like, nah, Michael's just evil now. Did you notice? He's evil now. Look at Chase. He's a good guy.
Yeah. Right now.
Chase is dumber every day. It's so sad.
Yeah, I saved him till the end. Yeah. Britt confronts Emma about coercing Rocco into stealing her key fob and blamed her for his arrest. Britt thinks Rocco was cozying up to her, but Britt tells her that she told Rocco to form his own opinion of Britt and that he liked her. Britt tells Emma that she can be sorry, but sometimes you have to live with the regret.
I loved that Emma, who hates Britt, actually took the time to correct her when Britt got the idea that Rocco didn't like her.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that's weird. Because, she hates Britt. That was an opportunity to stick it in, like stick the knife in. And she was just like, no, he really does want to get to know you. Like, that's not, we kind of talked him into this. And like, I thought that was really sweet. I like that.
Yeah. It shows growth on Emma's part for sure, because she's definitely not
a child
kid anymore. But
yeah, she's really young. It's so funny I act like this, but like I watch the 80s stuff and everybody's about the same age, and I'm like, these are adults. Because like in the 80s, everyone looked 40 at like 22. So
it's true. Isn't that weird?
It is weird.
Gio comes to Brooklyn and Dante about his role. Comes clean to Brooklyn and Dante about his role in Rocco's predicament. And Dante is an ass.
Dante is a psychopath. I'm sorry. That was an overreaction beyond overreactions.
It's just the same thing as when the whole thing with Lois and Gio.
I know, and I got super mad. I was like texting you because I was super mad that like we have the whole storyline with Ned going in for a triple bypass, and instead of seeing the cool surgery and like Lucas and Isaiah or Portia doing their doctor thing, we got this redux of the same argument they had previously about Rocco.
I think that's why I was kind of like meh about this week.
I really missed out on it. It was such a good idea.
We didn't see Ned. We got an update that he's fine, but they missed out on a great opportunity to sell a story with him recovering from a heart attack and like the surgery and all that. They just glanced over it.
It was so irritating because it was like Britt was the one who was like, if you don't get him in the operating room, he's going to die. And then they get him in the operating room and then they gloss over everything. And then Brooklyn is like, I'm taking him his tablet. He's doing fine. And I'm like, why would we skip that interesting storyline for this stupid nonsense? Because like Dante acted like a weirdo. Like his anger is so misplaced and strange. And I almost feel like I don't care about it anymore. It's like, screw you. Who cares what you think? And I don't care about the Gio storyline as much as I care about Ned in surgery and the idea of being able to do a surgery story with all of the doctors in the hospital.
Yeah, on a show called General Hospital.
No. So It's so frustrating.
It is. Don't get us wrong, guys. We love the show, but like that's just frustrating.
I love the show, but I don't always agree with the choices they make. And skipping over that storyline was a bad choice.
Yeah. So Emma tries to take the blame when she arrives, but Dante now thinks Gio did it to impress a girl. What the fuck, Dante?
Because that's what Dante would do. Dante loves to project.
Yeah, he does. Brooklyn is distraught by this whole situation, though, and I felt bad for Brooklyn.
Who wouldn't be? Like, she's watching in real time this idiot destroy the relationship she's been so delicately trying to build between all three of them. And for what? Because he's scared that, like, for whatever reason, he doesn't think Rocco's capable of independent thought, and this is becoming like a problem. In fact, Lulu has pointed it out to him. Everybody has. They're all like, Rocco is old enough to make his own decisions, and if they're dumb, they're dumb. He has to take responsibility for them. And Dante's like, no, this is all Gio's fault. This random kid I didn't know was my son, and now I know is my son, and I hate him more now?
Yeah.
What are you doing? What are you doing? I hate this.
Yeah. So Laura enters the voting area and speaks with Elizabeth and Nathan about Dalton framing Rocco. Dalton soon enters and taunts Laura about Rocco. Dalton presses her buttons, and she flies into a rage and calls Dalton a liar.
Well, he is scum.
He is. Yeah, everyone has their phones out and is recording the confrontation as Laura tells him off and later slaps him across the face. She then says that Dalton is framing Rocco for a crime he didn't commit, and that will not end well for him.
Yeah, she belted him right in the face, and you know what? Good for her.
He deserved it.
He did. Not that I believe in regular violence in real life, but on TV, sure, slap somebody across the face. Jeannie Francis killed it in this scene. She tried to hold it together the entire time, and like Dalton just like hounded her, and she was so upset that she attacked him, and then she immediately regretted it, and she just thought she lost herself the election. And meanwhile, I was like, you just won yourself that election. People love when you take down an idiot.
Okay, so Carly brings a specialty ordered bottled wine that she says she found in the cellar to Brennan's suite, and they talk about the distance between the two of them.
She planted that bottle, and he knew it. She was like, "Oh, they had this down here, and this is the one you got me that one time." I hope it wasn't the one time where Valentine poisoned it.
That too. Is it the same bottle?
No, I think that was champagne, but it was funny because I would think it's so funny it crossed both our minds that it was the same bottle that poisoned her. That would have been cool as a callback because like this scenario is poisoning her right now because she's disgusted by Brennan and she's making up to him and everything. And I feel bad for him because he really does care about her.
Yeah. Well, Carly pretends she's ready to move on and is relieved when Brennan gets called away before they can make love.
Making love. She looked like she was going to jump out of her skin.
She did. Laura is worried about her public outburst with Dalton and worried that it will cost her the election. Sonny assures her that the comments indicate that everyone is on her side. People are calling her a badass.
She is a badass.
She is. Sonny tells her that Dalton could change his bogus story or it might get changed for him.
She's like, don't you get involved. He's like, I could though.
Britt tries to convince Jason that Danny needs to come forward to help Rocco, but Jason doesn't think it's a good idea, initially anyway.
Well, he's trying to protect Danny because Danny's already been in trouble once and he doesn't know how it's going to affect Charlotte and he doesn't know if it's making the situation worse. I think he's being a good parent in this moment.
Yeah. Danny and Charlotte go to the PCPD to turn themselves in. Nathan takes their statements and confirm Rocco didn't do any damage before Rocco sacrificed himself to save them. Meanwhile, Dante updates Lulu about Gio and Emma's roles in roping the kids into the break-in. Dante regrets letting Gio get too close to Rocco, but Lulu points out that they are responsible for their own choices.
Yep.
Yeah. Nathan comes in with the news on Charlotte and Danny turning themselves in. Alexis and Rick come to the PCB and tell everyone that their strategy to help Rocco. The DA's office now would be forced to prosecute Dalton for filing a false police report. The goal was to turn the tables on Dalton and make him the defendant.
Basically, Uno reverse.
Yeah. I loved that. That was a great, I never thought that they would go there, but I love it. It's great.
It's a smart strategy.
Very smart. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we'll go to Windermere now. Marco finds Sidwell in on how Dalton made.
Huh?
My own notes. Okay, hold on. Oh, I'm sorry. At Windermere, Dalton filled Sidwell in on how Dalton's made things worse for them by trashing the lab himself and setting up Rocco. Marco wondered if Sidwell should tell his mystery partner, but Sidwell made it clear that is not going to happen. That's not the case, and his mystery partner is on a need-no basis. So Sidwell tells Marco that if Dalton goes away, all the problems do too. Britt shows up and assures Sidwell that Rocco didn't see anything in the lab and wouldn't be able to figure out what was really going on anyway. Britt urges Sidwell to go after Dalton. She says that if Sidwell doesn't get Dalton out to drop the charges, she will torch the entire operation.
Yeah. She's like, I'm number one important, and I will burn this place to the ground for Rocco.
Yes, she would.
And Sidwell's just surprised because he had no idea how much he cared about this random kid.
Mm-hmm.
I love this. This is so cute.
Yeah, I mean, Britt crushed it this week. I would give her Performer of the Week, Kelly T. Budd, all week. She was so great. Loved her. So good. Okay. So Sidwell reminds her that she needs her medication to handle her Huntington's disease and that she can't turn to Jason for help with that. Sidwell says Jason won't be pleased if he finds out that Britt is involved in their operation, but he agrees Dalton is a problem that needs to be dealt with. So we'll go to the Brown Dog. The Brown Dog, Vaughn, has summoned Jocelyn there to close.
Oh, why is Vaughn on?
I was waiting for the commentary.
No, seriously, like this whole scene is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Look, the good part is he called her in to be the honeypot, like, you know. And like she's like, why'd you want to see me? Is this going to be cute? Is this going to be cool? He's like, get to work, which I was like, okay, cool. And then she goes over and starts doing her job. And like literally everyone and their mother gets in the way of her getting the information out of Dalton because she does a great job of doing the whole, I thought you were always right and I liked you and let's have a drink together. The whole thing.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, Chase mirrors later on when he talks to Ezra Boyle. So that was cute. Mm-hmm. But she finds out there's a second lab. Mm-hmm. That's where the animals are. And that they have been doing animal experimentation. He just learned from when Emma attacked him last time in California, although he didn't know it was Emma, to hide the animals from the public. So he has a second lab. And she almost gets him to take her to the second lab. And everybody gets involved. Emma and everybody. Like Gio. Yeah. And they're just like, you can't go with her. Like they're all trying to protect her from Dalton. And she's just literally like, okay, thanks. I'm fine. Go away. And none of them will leave.
Well, then Vaughn breaks up the commotion and flashes the WSB badge and orders Dalton to come in for questioning the following afternoon. Like you said, Emma tells Jocelyn about the second lab, or Jocelyn tells Emma.
Jocelyn tells Emma, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she did that as a kindness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She didn't have to do that. She actually probably shouldn't have done that because Emma's been such a pain in the ass. But she did do that. She's like, you were right. There is a second lab. We'll find it.
Yeah.
The WSB will find it, really.
And she also said that Vaughn lied to her about her WSB status. So, whatever.
Blah, blah, blah. You are Emma Scorpio Drake. You have not figured out that Jocelyn is a WSB agent yet. Your parents would be so annoyed with you. and your grandparents would be just like, what the hell?
Mm-hmm. Dalton shows up at Windermere still drunk and rants about the WSB being on their tail. And then Sybil shoots him right in front of Britt, who is completely stunned. Dalton's lifeless body falls to the ground. We'll get into more of that in a second.
I knew he was going to kill Dalton, right?
I think we both said that last week, yeah.
Yeah, because when Marco said, when he did watch the trial and then checked in and he was like, it's worse than we could ever think it was. Mm-hmm. And then when Britt came in and said, like, he's drawing too much attention to our experiments. Mm-hmm. Like he had already decided to kill Dalton. And then Dalton made it worse. So what he did was when she came in and she was like, I'm going to tell everybody everything. I don't care. Mm-hmm. And like Dalton comes in drunk and she just starts pounding onto Dalton. Like, you suck. You're ruining everything. You're destroying this. And I'm smarter than you anyway. We don't need you.
Mm-hmm.
Sidwell just pulls the gun and shoots him.
Yep.
And I was like, even though I knew it was coming, I laughed. I was surprised.
Yeah, me too. I was kind of surprised.
I was like, oh no! And then I was like, oh, poor Brit. Like she tried to save him. It was so sad.
Yeah.
Although him taunting Brit when he was like, look at him, he's already dead. He was dead before he hit the floor. What a great shot I made.
Right, yeah.
Goodwill kills. He's so good.
Yeah, he also tried to shift the blame onto Brit. He's like, well, it's your fault because you were.
He did that with the judge, remember? He turned to Marco and he's like, this is your fault. This is what you wanted to happen. And he's like, I didn't want you to murder anyone. He's like, didn't you, though?
Yeah.
And now he's like, but he also used it as an opportunity to say to Brit, like, hey, this is what I do to people who aren't useful anymore.
Yeah.
And like he even sends her, like, brings in Pascal, her jailer from the Five Poppies, to take her home. So he's reinforcing his dominance in that position, which I think I told you is the quickest way to get Brit to collapse and tell Jason.
I thought it was like, this man tried to tie a bomb to me and tried to kill me. I'm not going anywhere with him. Yeah. I was laughing.
But it was so scary for her because she escaped him and only to see a murder, be sent home, be threatened. She now, like, she felt like she kind of like slipped her cage a little bit. And now they put her firmly back in the tiny box that she was in. And watching her like struggle. Also, I was so excited. This is kind of me being like egotistical, but I was right that Brit did not leave town on her own. I think I told you immediately from her behavior that she had been kidnapped. Yeah. And that was confirmed this week when he was like, we saved you. We set you up there. And she goes, you didn't give me a choice. She's like, I was dying in my mother's arms. And then I woke up at the Five Poppies. And I was like, see, I can read her. She's such a good actress that I can read the character. And I love that for her.
That's awesome.
She's so good.
Laura is still pessimistic about the election as she talks to Jordan in her office. Drew then has to come by and, pester Laura about the election and Ezra potentially winning and wants Laura to endorse Ezra as in her concession speech.
I don't care about any of that. All I care about is how great Jordan looked in that suit.
She did.
She was killing it. That was the most beautiful suit and it fit her like a glove. And it's like, Drew is talking. My eyes are on Jordan.
That's where they should be.
Yeah.
Laura tries to appeal to the man Drew used to be, but Jordan reveals that Laura won the election. Laura is surprised by the news, and Drew is taken aback and not pleased.
Good.
Sonny works to convince Dante and Lulu that this is the right strategy as they worry about the future of the kids. Charlotte convinces Danny in the meantime that they should embellish their statements to make sure Dalton goes down. They're going to say that Dalton struck Rocco.
You can't even say like this is her Cassadine genes showing because she's a Spencer, and like this idea would have occurred to both sides of her family.
Yeah.
Luke would have definitely come up with a crazy plan like this.
Right. When they are later questioned about the key fob, Danny admits to Nathan that
they stole it from Brit.
Yeah. I'm missing a page. Sorry.
That's okay.
Okay, here we go. Danny admits to me. What is? Oh, here we go. Oh, that they got it from Brit. Okay. Sorry, my notes are all mixed up this week.
Guys, in the new year, we're going to be loosening it up a little bit, so we're not torturing Derek by making him write down every single thing that happened. We're doing way too much to you, pal.
It's okay. It's fun. Brit freaks out over Dalton dying right in front of her. We talked about this a little bit, but Sybil suggests that Brit seal Dalton's fate, like we talked about. Sybil tells her that this is a lesson for what we talked about. That.
Yep.
Brit was even further shook by Pascal's presence, which we talked about.
I jumped the gun on everything.
Oh, you're good. Oh, this is what I wanted to talk about. Brit tears up and breaks down, clearly disturbed by all the events. She takes a shower to wash off Dalton's blood, which was on her arm. She also tries to administer her meds, but she is shaking with fear. She collapses to the floor, completely distraught. Kelly Thiebaud, incredible in that scene. Just incredible.
It might be Emmy time for her.
Yeah, like it was so good. I was like glued to the screen. She was great. Really good. Lulu stops by Laura's office to congratulate her and update her on Rocco. Ezra shows up to complain about the election results and throws a tantrum. And Laura then promptly throws him out. Laura then calls Kevin on her way home, and we find out that Kevin is in Dublin.
Yep.
Not Atlanta, but okay.
No, Kevin's not in Atlanta.
Well, where's Beyond the Gates of Washington?
It is in Atlanta, is it?
I don't know. We're Maryland, somewhere up there. But anyway.
I don't know where Beyond the Gates is. I started watching it in the beginning, and I hate the app so much that I can't watch it. I need it to stream somewhere where I don't have to use that terrible app.
I just got to September, so I'm pretty behind, but that's okay.
Oh, good for you. You're doing way better than me. I was really enjoying it too. I was just like, I was so frustrated because like the episodes are short.
There are a lot of commercials on that app.
There's too many commercials. The app would freeze after one episode, and I'd have to close the app and then go to a different app and then come back and reopen it to watch 20 minutes of show. It was like, I was going crazy.
I get your information on that.
Get your app together so I can watch it.
Okay, so Laura has a flat tire, so she pulls over, and then she sees that there's a nail in her tire. And when she investigates, Laura remembers that she had some flares in her back of her car and opens it up and screams when she finds Dalton's dead body in there. I was laughing when that happened. I thought it was hilarious. It was unintentionally funny, though.
Yeah, mostly because of how he was positioned in the trunk with his like, dead eyes staring out at her, and that was just too much. And then my mom kept saying, oh, so they dragged his body all the way from Spoon Island to put it in the trunk of her car. And I'm like, it is a little far-fetched. We both thought they were going to throw his body on the road, and then she was going to hit it with her car and then think she killed him until like they did the autopsy. Yeah. But this is a message from Sidwell, obviously, telling her that he can get to anyone, which, you know, Sonny recognizes later. So,
yeah.
I thought it was really funny how she would like, well, first off, Jeannie Francis's performance killed me. She was beautiful, brilliant. Everything about her was amazing. But the funniest thing was her skimming through her phone in her panic, trying to decide who to call. And she immediately was like, Kevin. And she's like, he's too far away to help me.
Yeah. And there are a lot of interesting contact names. No Liz, no Lulu.
No, I think they were just having fun with the contact names because, like, Liz is probably not under Elizabeth Baldwin or anything. She's probably under Lucky's girlfriend, Liz. So, you know, you never change your phone contacts.
Someone said Lucky's probably number one son or something.
It's probably Lucky and Lulu are probably like right at the top, and then everybody else is under that. But it was kind of funny how she was skimming through, and she kept going, no. Like, who are you going to call? I would have called Jason directly. Don't look at me. I would have been like, Jason will help me.
And Jason Mitchell, but not Jason Morgan. That was not in her contact list.
Like, why? That was so kind of cool. I actually would like to go through those names to see if I remember anybody.
I saw screenshots of them on Twitter, and there was Donna Martin from 90210 on there. It was like all these kind of different names. I'm like, none of these people are on the show. Isaiah was on there, and she's never met Isaiah.
They should have stopped screwing around, and her contacts should have been Leslie. It should have been Scotty. You know, it should have been like, it should have just been a handful of people. It should have been Robert and Anna.
Well,
she did thank Anna, and she couldn't call her.
Like, where's Scotty? I wish that would have happened.
When she made the phone call, I said to my mom, Scotty? And she's like, no, it's not Scotty.
Yeah,
because we actually watched Friday's episode together. So it was fun. Well, I was over her house doing laundry. I'm like, I haven't watched it yet. So I put it on, and she was giving her color commentary while we were watching. Yeah. Well, I was, and she was responding to me. I never shut up. Sorry, guys.
Willow confers with Alexis at her office and tells her that she went for a walk the night Drew was shot, and she ended up in her car. She said she was in there looking at pictures of her kids because Chase had just told her that Judge Haran was murdered, and she was afraid she would lose him forever. Willow admits that she went for a drive, but it was nowhere near Drew's house.
Sure, Dan.
Alexis still thinks her alibi is more believable than Michael's, even though Willow says it's not really the greatest.
I loved when she said that. That was so sad and so cute. I actually kind of liked it. She's like, it's not a very good alibi, is it? And she's like, me?
Okay. Well,
this town doesn't have good alibis, guys. Nobody has a good alibi.
Never. Sonny meets Jacinda as he stops by Michael's table at the Metro Court. Jacinda and Michael talk about the relationship as Ezra stops by. He says he will triple whatever Michael is paying Jacinda. Michael gets protective of Jacinda and threatens to throw Ezra out.
Well, he's being gross.
Yeah, Jacinda says Ezra is an old friend and tells him that she's out of the biz. Ezra tells her not to lose his number regardless.
He's like, yo, when you go back to hooking, call me. She's like, no, get out of here.
Right? No. In the elevator, Carly tries to apologize to Lucas, but he needs her to support his relationship with Marco or risk being cut out of his life.
Well, her apology was lame.
It was.
It was lame because he was like, can you just accept my relationship? She's like, it's not about your relationship. He's like, but you think I'm being controlled. And she's like, well, she didn't say anything because she does think that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's not that Marco is controlling Lucas. She's afraid of the connection to Sidwell, but she, like she said in the elevator, she's like, I'm not very good at communicating what I really wanted to say to you. Mm-hmm. And that kind of sucked. But also, yeah, I appreciate Lucas telling Carly that she's being ridiculous, especially when she's super compromised by Sonny. It's hypocritical.
Yeah. So meanwhile, Ava and Marco wait for Lucas, and Ava warns Marco that they would have a serious problem if he broke her nephew's heart.
Shovel talk.
Mm-hmm.
She loves her nephew.
Yeah. After dinner, Marco and Lucas arrive back at Windermere, and the room is clean, and Sidwell is there, and Marco wonders why Syl isn't in front of the TV waiting for news about Measure C. But he says Pascal is keeping his mind at ease. I don't know how. That's funny.
It's because Pascal took that body.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess he's feeling better.
I feel like Pascal probably took the body and then like Nathan put it in the trunk because I still think Nathan's a sleeper agent.
That makes sense because Nathan was on the scene.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was funny when he showed up. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, and he probably totally forgot he was ever there.
Yo, I love him. I'm glad they brought him back. I know he was dead and all, and I don't want him with Maxie because I'm, team Spinelli. But like, I still love him.
Yeah, I don't have a preference. I like her with Spinelli, and I liked her with Nathan. So
I'm team all three of them together. Let's stop doing that.
Michael texts Gio, who arrives at the hospital, and hold on, I think I skipped over something.
Yeah, because Michael and Brooklyn had a big long talk. Yeah.
Michael tells Sonny that Measure C did not pass, and that he would be able to keep his peers. Mm-hmm. Nina speaks with Chase at the Brown. Oh, this is where I get off about stupid Chase. And she's weary about talking to him, but Chase assures her he isn't there as a cop, and he isn't going on record or anything. Chase just has questions about Jacinda, and Nina admits that Michael forced her to hire Jacinda. Nina recalls seeing Jacinda with Ezra at the Metro Court. This got Chase's wheels turning, so he made the move when Ezra shows up at the bar to drink because he just lost the election. Okay. So
he just starts flirting with Ezra. That's how I'm seeing it, because he did exactly what Jocelyn did, and then that guy Dalton tried to sleep with Jocelyn.
Like,
so I'm saying
I voted for you, and then
yeah, he was like, I voted for you. I think you're doing the right thing. Blah blah blah. And like, he's like, do you want to have a drink with me? And I'm like, this is flirting.
It's
flirting. Good luck, Chase.
Okay, so stupid Chase. Let's talk about this because he's annoying me even more. He still doesn't want to believe that Willow could possibly be guilty. Like, Nell had him totally snowed when she murdered her ex-fiance, and Chase was like under the same spell that he is with Willow. It's ridiculous.
My biggest problem with this is not that he wants to investigate, because he's a cop. Let him investigate. My biggest problem with this is Brooklyn's father had a massive Widowmaker heart attack and almost died. Mm-hmm. At any point, he could throw a clot and die. They're in the hospital right now, and Brooklyn is there by herself.
Yeah.
Because her husband is trying to prove that her cousin is the guy that shot Drew.
Right.
Like, so it just feels to me like his priorities are very wrong and bad. And it's like everyone keeps telling him this could ruin your career. Like Nina warns him, and Alexis straight to his face. Alexis is like, you need to understand that what you're doing could ruin your career. And she's not kidding.
He doesn't care though. He just seems to only care about what Willow.
Because he thinks he's right. He's like overly righteous about this idea that Michael did it. Which, how do you think that makes Brooklyn feel when he's constantly saying your cousin shot Drew, and meanwhile, Michael's there comforting Brooklyn, talking to her about what happened with Dante, smoothing things over with Gio, and being like a basically good dude. And we're supposed to think that he shot Drew. And even if he did shot Drew, you're a Quartermaine. You married into the Quartermaines. Shut your mouth and help them cover it up. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Drew survived. So who cares?
Yep. So Gio tells Sonny that Dante doesn't want him as a son after what happened with Rocco, but Sonny is more optimistic about it and thinks that Dante and Gio will find their way back to each other. Brooklyn feels guilty after she neglects to tell Tracy about Ned over the phone.
That was horrible.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I know Jane Elliott needs a break, but like they could just say Tracy's on her way back. Like
I understand that.
Yeah.
But she told Tracy that Ned was fine and Ned almost died. And the excuse is, oh, it'll be hard for Olivia if Tracy's there.
Yeah.
Who cares? She's Ned's mom.
She would want to be there.
And did anyone call Dylan?
No.
Did we not call Dylan? We not tell his brother?
Who's Dylan? I don't know who he is anymore.
But I'm saying you could have easily had her on the phone with Dylan and being like, well, keep Tracy calm because he's fine. And like we could have made it like she went to see her other son and like Dylan's handling it. But instead we get this Brooklyn lies to Tracy, and it just makes Brooklyn look weird. I don't understand. It feels like this family hates Tracy, and it's getting on my nerves.
Yeah, it really is. Okay, so Michael gives her some advice concerning Gio and thinks Brooklyn could be there for Gio while he's fighting with Dante. Michael texts Gio, who arrives at the hospital, and Brooklyn realizes that Michael arranged for them to talk. Brooklyn assures Gio that she doesn't share Dante's opinion about the situation and wouldn't be afraid to tell him that. She said it takes great guts for him to fess up. They share a tender moment, and he hugs her and calls her mom.
Yeah.
Are we there yet? We're there already?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I think he's been going through a lot. I think the whole thing with them almost losing the mansion, and I think it pushed him towards calling her mom because he felt so incredibly rejected by Dante that he doesn't want to be rejected by Brooklyn as well.
I get it, but it just was like after all those months of him bitching about like his family.
Yeah, but he's slowly been coming around to this idea. Like he's been mulling it over. Sonny's been chipping away at him. It's kind of hard to resist when your little brother wants you involved in everything, and like Danny is like, okay, well, if you're brothers with Rocco, you're brothers with me. So we just acquired brothers, and Charlotte, because they're just like, they have very big sibling energy between them. And they're getting into trouble together with his girlfriend. And it's like, I don't know. It just feels like he got over the idea of not being a Quartermaine when Ronnie was there. And now he's trying to kind of test the waters on how Quartermaine is he. And I think a big realization for him was that he didn't intend for Rocco to get hurt. He was doing the best he could.
Right.
And you could see in real time on his face how he finally made the connection between that and what Brooklyn did. So like in that moment, I
did see that. Yeah.
No, I think it's a little fast, and he might revert to just calling Brooklyn.
A little fast. I don't know.
But at the same time, get it over with. I'm tired of this storyline. I think they're great actors. I just don't particularly like this. I also I'm really angry with Dante right now. But did you notice that Gio looked like he hadn't slept since everything happened? Yeah. Like he had bags under his eyes. He looked so sad when he was talking to Sonny. And I feel like he felt so rejected by Dante. To have Brooklyn kind of seek him out and tell him it wasn't his fault was just like that moment he needed to feel connection to her. I don't know. I thought it was really well acted, and I thought they were both incredibly sweet.
Yes.
Which is the opposite.
Amazing, yeah.
Yeah, which is the opposite of what I think of Dante right now.
Yeah.
I forget sometimes that he has this stupid temper that gets him into these problems. It's like, it's not new. This is consistent for the character. It just irritates me every time.
Yeah. Molly and Christina are chatting at the Brown Dog, and Cody stops in and joins them. Seeing Jacinda, Christina excuses herself to go talk to her and give Molly and Cody some alone time. Cody and Molly are cute.
They are. I liked it because Cody was like, wow, she is not subtle.
Yeah.
Because she was like, hey, look, Jacinda, bye.
Yeah. And I love when Christina was like, said to Jacinda, oh, can you say something I said really funny? And Jacinda was a really great actress. She was doing good. So,
yeah, I like that they're building a friendship. I think it's gonna go a long way to smoothing it over because I do think Michael and Jacinda make a good couple.
Yeah, I like them a lot too. And I didn't think I would.
Oh, I love Jacinda. She's so great.
Me too. I did not think I would love them as a couple, but I really, really am on board. I
like it.
I love Jacinda too. She's great. In Alexis's office, stupid Chase says he can prove Michael's alibi, but he really can't prove it. He has no evidence.
No, he has hearsay. He has nothing.
But Chase points out he is a detective and thinks he can get the evidence. And like we said, Alexis says that you're putting your career at risk.
He's like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? Like, why?
All right. So we talked about Laura calling all those people, blah, blah, blah. And then Sonny finally gets there.
Nathan shows up first.
Nathan showed up first, right? And then
Sonny scares the bejesus out of her.
Yeah.
Because she's in the car having a panic attack because there's a dead body in her trunk. And my mom was like, get it together. And I'm like, yeah, you shotgun somebody in the back in the 90s. Mm-hmm. But no, I mean, it's a little disturbing. So anyway, Nathan shows up and he's so sweet. He's like, well, you got a tire. I can change your tire for you. She's like, well, I just got really tired and I stopped and I had a flat. And he's like, well, pop your trunk. I'll change your tire. And she's like, no.
Yeah. Well, that's when Sonny came to the rescue.
And he's like, well, you have a flat tire. Why don't you do you have a spare? And she's like, I love this so much. Maurice Bernard and Jeannie Francis in that scene, like their like communication with eyebrows and like eye movements and facial, it was phenomenal. It was great. They do. I know Maurice Bernard always wants to work with Jeannie Francis. And I don't blame him because that looked really fun.
Yeah, it was fun. Mm-hmm. After Nathan leaves, Sonny calls Jason, who was with Britt, who was comforting her about
almost got her to tell him everything.
Yeah. I want you to talk about that scene because I know you really enjoyed it. So talk about that.
Well, the whole thing about it is like she's terrified and she wants to trust Jason so much, but he always chooses someone over her. And she's really insecure about that. So when he comes in, he's like, is it too late? Because he wanted to update her on Rocco. And she let him in, but she looks panicked and upset, and he can tell. Mm-hmm. And he tells her that Rocco's going to be okay. And she's just kind of like relieved about that. And he's like, what is going on with you? And he confronts her about the key fob. And she's like, I can't tell you that unless you agree to put me first.
Yep.
And it's the same scenario. The phone rings. He doesn't want to answer it, but he doesn't know what it is. And it's Sonny. So he answers it. And she's like, get it. Go ahead, get it. Because in every single situation where she needs to be put first, she doesn't get put first. And I think a lot of that has to do even with the way she was raised, because her mother put Faison first all the time. So here's this kid who wasn't a boy, which is what Faison wanted. He wanted a boy so bad that Liesl hid the boy from him. Right. So Nathan grew up not even with the family. Well, he grew up with the aunt. Sorry, because it's like Abby from Knots Landing. Yeah, Donna Mills. If you ever not watched Knots Landing, you would know why that is funny. But like, so she's there and she's vulnerable and she's open to him and she's saying, I can tell you everything. And then he gets a phone call. And she's like, just go do whatever you need to do. I can't, and she can't, and he's like, I'm sorry. And he leaves her there and she kind of falls apart.
Yeah, it was heartbreaking for her.
It really was. And she just wants one person to put her first. And the only person that does that, I was saying this to my mom, I'm like, who puts her first? Brad.
Yep.
Brad is her best friend. He would drop anything and do anything for her. And I can't wait until he comes back. Perry Shan, please come back.
It was just really sad for me that Jason had the opportunity to say like Sunny can wait and put her first, and he still didn't do it.
Because a lot of like when Sunny calls him randomly like that, it's always a life or death situation. I doubt that Sunny calls Jason for fun stuff. Do you?
He doesn't call.
Probably just text him. Yeah, he texts him. He's like, "Meet us here for cookies with Donna." I'm pretty sure he texts, but like it's like a mob thing. So like,
yeah,
and because he's never going to not answer the phone for Carly, members of Carly's family, Michael, who he basically raised. So I don't know. It just puts her in this position of feeling very alone.
Yeah.
And he does it to her every time. And it's going to come down to it, I think, and he's going to have to make that decision. He's going to have to choose Britt. But she's also terrified that Pascal will find out that Jason knows, and then Sidwell will just kill Jason because he just shot that guy right in front of her.
Right.
Exactly. So it's very complicated for her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we have Sunny taking Laura back to her office, and then Laura realizes that it's definitely someone who's not happy about the election results, and that it's definitely Sidwell's handiwork.
It took her 2 seconds to put that together.
Yeah.
She's like, it's Sidwell, because she remembered that conversation where he said he could get to her.
Yes.
And then he got to her. And so now, like, she's in a worse position, and she just doesn't know how to handle it, because she's like, I'm supposed to go to this party and I'm supposed to shake hands with people who want to congratulate me. And he's like, well, then do it. And she's like, I can't. And he's like, then who cares? You're the mayor again. Who cares? But Sunny got her out of there. He's like, you need to get away from the car. We can't have you anywhere near the car. And it just, he handled everything like a pro, but like, it's going to be hard on Laura because Laura likes to do everything on the up and up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But she did shoot someone in the back once with a double barrel shotgun. Check out the 90s, guys. They were wild.
Yeah, I'm watching them now.
Also in the 80s, she had a machine gun.
Yeah.
Jeannie Francis is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But she doesn't like to hurt people. She's a nice girl.
Mm-hmm. My whole issue with this week was they didn't focus on the stories that they should have more as much as they should.
I felt that. That
was my only frustration with it. It wasn't a bad week. It was just like kind of like, okay. I know they had to get the Measure C stuff and the election out of the way. So like it was entertaining though.
The only thing, like the things I didn't like, obviously, is not focusing on Ned having surgery when you have a medical show. My second one is thinking that this trial with Rocco is going to be a nothing burger because now that Dalton's dead, there's no one to bring the charges.
Yeah.
So if he doesn't show up to court, it could get dismissed. So where that seemed like it was going to spiral into an interesting storyline, it's now not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's going to happen in a weirder way. I'm not sure how that would because they're going to want to cover that up.
They have a case of Dalton's dead. I don't think they have a case.
Right.
Pressing the charges. So.
Yeah. And I don't know, like, so I think that was really frustrating for me, but mostly not focusing on Ned. Does it feel like they don't realize how important Ned is to us?
Yeah.
Maybe some people don't care about Ned.
Knock on my wooden table here, that they focus on Ned this week because it's Thanksgiving week.
Derek's been sending me pictures saying they better be doing Thanksgiving. Because as usual, they're not on for Thanksgiving and they're not on for Black Friday because that's the Army-Navy game. They do that every year.
Yeah.
We're used to that. So Thanksgiving is usually Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And it better be.
It better.
General Hospital. Yeah. Look, I'm anyone. No, they better not eat turkey is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no turkey. And there better be a Thanksgiving. Olivia better get her pizza oven.
I don't want her to get a pizza oven. She's been horrible to Tracy.
Well, it'd be really funny if she got a pizza oven and she burned it, and then they had to order pizza anyway. That would be really funny.
Oh my God, that would be really funny. I think overall it was a good week. I do think not focusing on certain storylines did hurt the show a little bit because, like, my frustration with them not covering Ned after how extensive and expansive it was the previous week, and then it was just like, no, he's fine.
And I'm worried about the Quartermain heirlooms. I'm worried about all the keepsakes. Where are they?
Completely dropped.
True. No.
I think they're going to get them back for Thanksgiving.
That's
I think
that
might be part of the story.
He could have destroyed them. Like I'm scared.
I don't care. I just want Alan's train set out for Christmas. I'm over this. I want Alan's train set out for Christmas. I want them to read the Christmas story. I want them to do all of that. So I hate when they skip over the traditions. I know people are like, oh, we've been doing it forever. Why do people care? Because we've been doing it forever and it's fun.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do it again this year. I'm excited about Thanksgiving. Now we're going dark after this, right? We're taking the month off.
Yes, this will be our last episode until next year.
Yeah, so this is the last episode of 2025, the longest year that has ever yeared. But if they do Thanksgiving,
we will be back for a special episode. If not, we will not be back till next year.
Yeah, but if they do Thanksgiving, we'll figure out a way to talk about that with you because there's no way we would skip over Thanksgiving. We're not like that. We love Thanksgiving.
No, but we are, Queers and Soaps is about to take a holiday break, so that is the reason for our hiatus. So we will be back in January with new episodes, new revamped episodes. Karen and I have been talking about a new way to do the podcast. So, but please comment below and let us know if you like the recap or if you prefer a more loose conversation between the two of us.
Yeah, anything you want to hear, see, or us do, like if you're interested in like more in-depth stuff about the past, characters that have been on, you know, whatever you think you want to see out of the podcast, feel free to put in the comments. And also, like, we'll be responding to comments during the break. You know, I'll just be I do Craftmas every year. I'm making presents right now, and Derek's got stuff to do, so we need a little bit of a break.
Yeah. We've been doing this every week since September of 2024, so we definitely need a break.
It doesn't mean we won't be watching General Hospital.
No, not at all. We will definitely be watching. We'll, you know, please, if you want to message us on all the socials, please find us and message us. Because my handles the Crossroads on all the socials, so feel free.
I think mine's One Fuzzy Monster. I'm not sure, but you can find me on Blue Sky. I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. I don't do anything there. Maybe I should, but I don't. I just like to watch videos.
Yeah, definitely reach out to us while we're on break. We would love to hear from you all. So, and we'll, you know, talk about whatever you want to talk about.
I'm going to talk about Ned. If you want to hit me up and talk about Ned, I can talk about Ned with you all day. I was aggravated this week when Michael said he had a complicated relationship with his father, not fathers, because he basically has three, which would be Jason, AJ, and Sonny. So he's a boy who was raised by three men.
All right, everyone. I guess we will wrap this up for the year. Potentially, we might see you for the Quatermain Thanksgiving if there is one. So, thank you so much for watching. Thank you, subscribers, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, maybe.
Happy holidays. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.